Hi guys, I'm back with a new video. A lot of people reach out to me every day. They have a lot of questions about short-term investment, long-term investment. Some people want to multiply money in just 1 year. Some people want to wait for years. So a lot of confusion, lack of clarity is what I would say. So today I'll share with you some investment strategies which you can plan to have a nice real estate portfolio, and it will definitely make sure that you grow your income, you grow your assets in a safe way, in a secured way, right? So let's learn the strategies. I'll take you to my board right now. Guys, if I was to divide my portfolio of real estate, I would divide into 3 different buckets. Okay, first is short-term investment, ST. Okay, I call it a short-term investment. Second term is MT, which is mid-term investment, and third one is LT, which I would call as long-term investment, right? So short-term investment, in a simple way, in a simple sense, is something which is within a year. Okay, you want to multiply your money quickly within a year, I would call as short-term investment. It is in fact not as you cannot call it investment. It would be bad to call it investment. It is called as trading, according to me. It's like, you know, you do trading in share market, right? It's very similar. You can call it trading. 1 year or even 1.5 year, depends like what's your waiting period. And a lot of people do this. A lot of people who buy in pre-launch. So what is the strategy in short term is, the basic strategy is buy less than market price. Okay, buy less than market price and sell at market price. I'll give you an example. If I do a venture, I am looking for investments, assuming I'm buying a 10 acres land. This is just to give you an example. Okay, and this 10 acres land, I'm pooling investors, assuming 5 acres is owned by me, and this 5 acre I want to pool the money from investors. You can call it as crowdfunding, right? So what I will do is I divide 5 acres into 1 acre parcel. Okay, assuming it is 11 acres venture, assuming it's 6 acres, right? So I'll divide it into 6 acres parcels. Each acre I'll sell at a specific price. Now assuming I got the land, I got this 5 acres for 1 CR per acre, which means 5 CR. Assuming I am selling the investor at the same price, 1 CR per acre. So he will get a landing price which I will get as a developer. You have to understand that, right? So he is getting less than the market price for a plot. And definitely a builder or a developer will have his own margin of profit, right? So he will sell that plot with at least 50 to 60% profit within a year. Right, so this is generally how this short-term investment works. This is very simple. You buy less than market price and you sell at market price. And there are a lot of builders who are doing this in apartments, in villas, as well as a lot of developers who are doing it in plots as well. A lot of companies are doing it. So this is one of the strategies, and there is a developer 70-30 or 60-40 ratio. Still you will make around 50-60% returns in a year. Around 40 to 50 to 60 depends what is your proportion with the developer. You will make at least 40%, 50% or 60% within a year in this method of short-term investment. But what is the risk involved with it? The risk involved with it is there is no approval. First of all, you are buying completely on trust. Obviously you have the land registered on your name, but you cannot sell it because finding this land is not easy, right? Demarcation of this land won't be there. So land is there as security, but there is a risk for sure because you cannot sell this land immediately, and it's very tough to find a buyer for this land immediately. In simple words, it is a trust business which generally happens in the market, and that's when it becomes a short-term investment. So you will make nice money in this, and a lot of people have made a lot of money in the last few years, but right now we have reached to a stage where the prices are not so appealing to do a short-term investment, and a lot of inventory is there in the market, first of all. So it is very tough to find a buyer because this philosophy was working, sell at market price. Now the problem is there is a lot of inventory which is available at market price. So you will be one of those people who want to sell your property at market price, so it becomes very challenging. Currently in terms of apartments is what I'm talking. In terms of plotting, still there is a great opportunity, but you should get someone whom you can trust, who's trustworthy, right? So that's about short-term investment. Now this is only for someone who has high risk appetite. This is not for everyone. This is high risk, high return. Instead of saying high return, I will say high and quick return. You can make money quickly within a short span of time, within 1 year, right? there is a risk involved as well, because if something goes wrong, if there are no approvals in place, if something goes wrong, then there is a problem with this investment strategy, right? Short term. Now second one is midterm investment. Now midterm investment is something, midterm I call it as 5 years. Okay, now 5 years investment strategy is very simple. In this, it is for no risk buyer. I'm talking about people who have no risk appetite. Now what you should do as a midterm buyer is, you should try to buy properties which has residential opportunities or chances in next 3 to 5 years. Now already residential properties will be around 40, 50, 60, 70, 1 lakh per square yard, right? That is out of your reach. So you should always try to buy something which can become residential in next 3 to 5 years. Now how can you do it? Now the best strategy for it would be, try to find something which is around 45 to 1 hour drive, 45 minutes to 1 hour drive from the current hub. Assuming Gachibowli is the center or financial district is the center, 45 to 50 minutes from that place. Maybe it is Sangareddy, or maybe it is Timmapur, Kottur, Maheshwaram. You have to find something which is in this 1 hour distance range. Only because of affordability, people who want a bigger and better house at a lesser price, they would want to move out, right? So try to find a plot which is less than 20,000 per square yard. Now why less than 20,000? Because 20,000 becoming 35, 40,000, there is a nice probability. Generally at 40,000 prices stagnate, isn't it? So try to get entry between 15,000 to 20,000 per square yard in an area which is around 1 hour drive from the main hub of the city, okay, which has good connectivity. Connectivity plays a prominent role. If you buy something somewhere which has no connectivity, you definitely cannot expect residential activity to happen there, isn't it? So good connectivity, which means good roads, good location, good roads, 1 hour distance from the current hub, high probability of becoming residential. For residential to happen, there should be a, you can say there should be a habitat close by, which means there should be people who should be staying close by, at least a small village or a big village close by, petrol bunk, whatever shops you need should be there close by. So if there is a habitat close by, if it is 1 hour distance from the current IT hub or whatever center point, if it is in 15 to 20,000 per square yard price range, and you have a vision of 5 years to wait, definitely the 20,000 can become 40,000 for sure. Right? Now that is a less risk investment, mid-term investment. If you can afford a 200 square yards plot, assuming you are getting in 20,000, so around, if your budget is around 40 lakhs and there is no risk appetite, you can go with mid-term investment, either for your immediate consumption, which means you can also go and build a house there, or there will be someone who will be building a house there so that you can sell your plot after 4 to 5 years. I hope this makes sense. Now these areas are generally right now in the south of Hyderabad, because in the west of Hyderabad, finding something in this price range has become unreasonable. 15-20,000 right now, it's in Sadashipet, which is very far. It is not 1 hour from the city center, isn't it? So that doesn't make sense to go very far and invest 20,000. So try to invest something which is close by, maybe around 40 kilometers, 35 to 40 kilometers from the IT hub with good connectivity. 35 kilometers is ideal. In fact, 25 to 35 kilometers is ideal distance with ORR, so that you can reach within 1 hour, right? So that's about the second, which is around 5 years midterm investment. Now third one, which is a long-term investment. Now long-term investment is for someone who have very less budget, okay, who want to buy cheap, okay, and who has 10 years vision, who are not in rush to sell their plot. Now this is not for people who have less money, that would be wrong to say. Now this is for someone who wants to buy cheap. Now you have to understand that. What is the meaning of cheap? People who want to buy for their goals, maybe life goals. You can say, assuming you are getting married and you're buying this for your kid's education or sending abroad, which means you are still not yet married, so you'll have around 15-20 years of time to have a kid, and again you'll be sending him abroad, so you'll have 15-20 years of time in your mind, right? So that means you're buying something long term. So in that case, when you're buying something long term, you should buy it cheap. Now when I say cheap, it is less than 10,000 rupees per square yard. That would be ideal. In fact, 5,000, less than 5,000 is a great opportunity. Even less than 10,000, I would consider it as long-term investment, right? Now, where can you buy it? In fact, you can buy, in this long-term investment, farmlands are also great investments. Assuming you have a vision to invest for 10 years, you can go and acquire agriculture lands. You can go a little far, around 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers, 130 kilometers from Hyderabad. If you're getting something at 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs per acre, you're still getting it, by the way, okay? There are some locations a little bit close to Hyderabad, okay, where you can acquire something at, in fact in Bidar we are also trying to acquire some lands, where you can get something around 10 to 15 lakhs per acre. Now acquire it and forget it for 10-15 years, definitely you will multiply that land for sure, right? And you're getting a bigger parcel of land. So you can do that if you want to buy cheap. You can buy a farmlands, go little far and buy. You can buy less than 10,000 per square yard, or go a little away from Hyderabad and acquire farmlands, as I said. So generally for plotting, where can you buy it? You can buy it close to regional ring road. Regional ring road, 10-15 kilometers left and right, you can go there and buy something for less than 10,000 per square yard, and you can definitely expect it to multiply over a period of 5 years, 10 years. In 10 years, you will expect it to become 20, 25,000, 30,000, because till then this would have become residential. Again, the same logic, right? From here again, 30, 40 more kilometers. So if this is residential, 30 more kilometers, 40 more kilometers is this. So this will become residential by then. So this is how it has to be done. So these are three different investment strategies, guys. One is short-term investment, mid-term investment, and long-term investment. So you should do all of it, ideally speaking. First, focus on generating some long-term investments and mid-term investments. Mid-term is for your own consumption. I have a lot of friends who do it. One of my friend, okay, he's my investor, Mr. Perimurthy Garu. He has done a midterm investment. Recently bought a villa. He and his cousin, they have bought villas, and they have done it with midterm investment. Okay, he has bought it at a decent price point with a vision that after 3 years he's going to construct and live there. And whatever price he has bought, definitely he will see at least the double of it in next 3 years, right? So he's going to stay there as well as going to multiply his money. That's a great investment strategy. You can do it for your personal living as well. Assuming you're just starting your job, you're starting your business, okay, you have 3-4 years to settle down in your life, you don't want to immediately buy a house, okay, you can buy something in this fashion. Buy a plot where you can go and build a house in next 4-5 years. It's a good investment strategy. Otherwise, if you're very new, you're just starting up, go with long-term, mid-term. And this is for someone who are seasoned, who are willing to lose their money, who have high risk appetite, who has good contacts, who can fight for it. Then you can go with short-term investment. It's high risk, high return. But you can do this still if you have good contacts, if you trust someone really well. Then you can go with short-term investments. Ideally, you should do all of it. Start with long-term, go with mid-term, and then slowly when you get the risk appetite, you can go with short-term investments as well. Right? I hope this video helped you. I tried to share whatever I could from my experience, which I've gathered in the last few years. Any questions you have, any clarifications, you can ask in the comment section. Anything you want to add up, you can add in the comment section as well. It's a very small video. I cannot explain everything. Okay, so if you have a different point of view, you can share that as well. I'll be more than happy to have a healthy discussion with you. Right? I'll see you soon in a new video. Till then, take care.